Welcome back, college football fans. We're on a journey playing through all the old college football games to get ready for the release of College Football 25. And today, it's NCAA Football 2006, one that holds a special place in a lot of people's hearts. We're going to be checking out all the features in this game and seeing if any of these should be brought to the new College Football 25. So this game was released July 11th, 2005, and features Desmond Howard on the cover, a Heisman Trophy winner and former Michigan Wolverine. So upon loading this game up, you're hit with a pretty hype intro. Another thing about this game that was ahead of its time was it had a full soundtrack with it, full of college party rock anthems, which may seem like the norm for today's EA games, but at the time, this was a first and very cool addition. EA Sports would kind of go away from this the newer college football games. I'm assuming it's because of licensing and trademarking those songs to get them in the game, but let me know if you want this in the new College Football 25 game. So let's take a look at some of the game modes we got. We got Race for Heisman, the Play Online feature, the classic Dynasty mode, which almost has to be coming to the new college football game, Spring Drills, Rivalry Game, Mascot Game, and Practice. We also can find some FCS schools in here, including James Madison, Jacksonville State, Jackson State, and a bunch of other small ones, which is a really cool addition. Even Harvard makes it. So we get the good old Create a School and Create a Player. Now these have been in the past college football games. The Create a School one is really cool, kind of like the predecessor to the Team Builder. And also down here, it shows you off some AA rosters and historic rosters. This is something that is really cool, and I love going through this and playing with these old rosters and playing like classic historic college football games. So the legendary rosters is cool to have in the game. We also got the legendary teams that pair up with those, so you can play as the actual years. So let's say you wanted to play 2000 Oklahoma, you could play them against 1976 Pitt if you wanted, which is really cool. And they actually have a giant selection. Pretty much anytime your team was good, if they ever were running for a national championship or had a little dynasty going on, you're going to have it in here, which is really cool. And I hope they can pull something like this off again. I don't know how that would work with paying former players, if they would be able to do that. I know otherwise we'll just get the team builder ones. People will build these rosters and you'll be able to download them. But it's cool to have that in the game for something that came out in 2005. Dynasty mode is always fun to play, but people particularly liked it in 2006, mainly because of the recruiting and how in-depth it was. Players would actually declare for the draft and leave early with nothing you could do about it, as well as it actually being a challenge to keep your job if you weren't winning games. This would also be the first time we'd see in-week recruiting. The throwing and receiving mechanics would also be highly upgraded from 2005 to 2006, making the players' ratings matter more than ever. This meant players could catch in traffic if you had a highly recruited receiver, or if you had a good quarterback, he could throw into more coverage. Now everyone will tell you that NCAA football games and Madden games have always felt different, but NCAA Football 06 would get the hit stick. This would be an addition that was taken from Pro Football Sim. This would allow players to make harder hits as well as directional tackles. In the running game, the spin and the sidestep feel amazing and better than ever. This game would also introduce the in the zone effect. It's when star players would step up and be able to make better plays. This game would also bring us a PlayStation versus Xbox debate. Players would prefer the PlayStation controller over the Xbox for running offenses, saying the controls were better and it was easier to move. NCAA 06 would keep a lot of the stadiums the same as they did in 05 and not add too many new pregame rituals. We get the great pregame commentary from the booth, and this is a feature that needs to be in the College Football 25 game. I love hearing these commentators talk about what players are going to have a good day, as well as their prediction. It just adds a little bit more to the realism. So the Race for Heisman mode is pretty much a Road to Glory version, just in an earlier state. But once you set your player up, the customization is actually really a lot more advanced than it was in 2005, and just adds to the realism. This brings us into the good old college dorm room, and this is one of the really cool features in this game that I hope can make it to the new college football game. It just gives you that extra thing of realism and just a little bit more than just playing college football. It expands the game and makes it more playable. Yeah, check out that TV and that computer, how dated those are. This game would go on to be rated very highly across the board, with many people considering it the best NCAA football game up until this point. So I'm curious, did you ever play NCAA Football 06? And if you enjoyed it, let me know down in the comments, as well as you tell me some features that you hope are in the new college football game. But with that out of the way, I want to thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next NCAA football game.